get your...
Yeah. Hi. Let me know you're good.
I'm ready now. Thank you.
Cheers, my friend. Oh, no. Shit, I don't know if we like sit and talk. Okay, the camera's going.
Okay.
Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Luxxemas. We are doing a Q&A today. I clearly have a guest. This is going to be, the idea came from the Vogue 72 questions? 75 questions. We're not doing that many, but I thought it'd just be a fun video to just mix it up during Luxxemas because we're doing a hell of a lot of videos. So she's Akita, this is Akita. I'm sure if you watch the channel, you know who she is. This is my friend, she lives around the corner. So she's going to ask me the questions. We are drinking some wine.
Cheers.
It's just gonna, cheers. We're matching. She's wearing Highlowluxxe by Amazon a drop. It's just gonna be a good time. So we're gonna get into the questions. She also has a YouTube channel. It will be linked below. She has an Instagram. It will be linked below.
It's my name, Akita Man. I'm everywhere, Akita Man. I'm even now on Clubhouse. Are you on Clubhouse?
Yes, it's exhausting. I don't have time.
I just got onto Clubhouse yesterday. I put out an SOS on Instagram. I was like, anybody, I need an invite. Send me an invite to Clubhouse. I don't even know what I'm doing in Clubhouse. I just didn't want to be left out of Clubhouse.
So now you're there, you don't even know what to do.
I don't even know what to do.
Well, I went on it one time and I was exhausted.
So how did you?
But anywho, we're gonna get into we'll table this. We'll get into the 73, we'll get into the questions. Are these personal, all over the place?
So these are all over the place. Okay. And then who knows what else will come in my head.
So she kind of thought of her own, and then she's going to take some from the Vogue thing. And I haven't seen either, so I don't know.
All right, let's start with the first question. Janae, what's your favorite time of day?
That's a Vogue question.
It is. It's a Vogue question.
I'm not a morning person. I make myself get up because I know I have shit to do. I don't enjoy it because she knows I get up early. I don't like it. My favorite time of day is probably late at night.
8 o'clock.
When I am a night owl. She doesn't. So this is we stayed with her before our house was built where we moved. We stayed with her for a month, and I like to get ready for bed at 8 p.m. I like to get in bed at 9 p.m. But my brain stays awake all night, so I don't usually go to sleep until midnight. But I like my body to rest. So
no. I was FaceTiming with her. This is even after the fact. The clock turned 7:59 and she hung up on me. She's like, I have to go lay down now. And I was like, no problem. Well, I'll click. But
I don't go to bed. But I like my body to be rested. Like once I get into bed, my mind is like up. So my point is, my favorite time of day is around 9-ish. Like 9 to 11, I'm kind of just like, I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable because I'm in bed.
At 8 o'clock.
And, I can just, I can online shop, I can watch Netflix, and there's no cares in the world, really. Because everyone's sleeping, no one can bother me.
True. Do you miss your hair?
Do I miss my hair?
Yeah.
My wigs?
Yeah.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah, no. I mean, I always knew I would have short hair again. I said when I turned 40, I would cut my hair again. I've had short hair before, so everybody's like, "Oh my God, how did you cut it?" I've done it before. And wigs are just a lot. It's not a lot. Like it's easy, but it's also like I got to a point where I was just ripping the wig off like as soon as I walked through the door like a bra. So half the time I was just looking crazy at home.
So it's like now if you wear wigs, you come in the house, rip off your mask, wig, and bra.
Oh, I don't wear bras.
There's something else new you guys didn't know. Janae does not wear bras.
Unless the outfit is required and it's just like, not appropriate to not have on a bra. It's like
I don't think I've ever seen you with the bra. But
I try to avoid those outfits.
But it's sometimes kind of like faux, like women should have bras on, like when they're out. But you do it so gracefully. Like when you told me, I was like,
I also try not to like jiggle around. So I'm not trying to let the world know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Got TMI quick.
You went right on in there. So when we start traveling again, do you always prefer the window or an aisle seat?
The window.
Window?
I'm not a good flyer, and the window gives me a little bit of control where at least I can see. Because in my mind, I need to know what's going on, and I will feel safer.
Oh.
Yes.
I wouldn't have thought that.
What? That I'm a control freak?
Oh, that I know.
Oh, that I'm not a good flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a means to an end. I like to go places, so therefore I have to fly, but I really hate it. I always think the plane is about to go down. I just hide it, and I just freak out on the inside.
Okay, I thought you were going to say maybe because you like to go to sleep. Like, I
Oh,
open
no.
the windows, the windows so I can go to sleep. Nope.
I need to see the wings or one might fall off. I need to see.
Right. You need to know.
I want to be prepared for the death if it's going to come.
You want to know what the pilot's doing, where he's taking you exactly. Got it. Next question. What's your pet peeve?
Tardiness. You should know this.
I feel like this is a lot of shade.
It's not.
Being her friend.
But that's
you have to be on time.
You don't. Literally none of my friends are on time. You, Evan, Regina, you're always all late.
How do you pick us then?
I don't know.
Opposites attract.
But that's also why I'm so punctual. Because I hate waiting, so I hate to keep other people waiting. Like if you were waiting for me, I would be so stressed out. Because I envision that you were just as annoyed as I would be. I know what you wouldn't be.
Yeah, you stress me out. Why don't you just be late and relax like me?
I can't.
And I'm right around the corner. I'm like, let me hurry up and get there. It's a lot of pressure, but it's helping me be better about the time I tell her. Even though I may or may not be on time, I'll get there. What has inspired you the most in 2020? That's pretty loaded.
Good God.
That's very bespoke.
Okay, so what inspired me the most in 2020?
Yeah, like we had a pandemic hit.
Probably easy. Probably all of the amazing Black women that I follow online, that I know in person, that have literally gave this year the business. Like, I know so many people that are just killing shit left and right and making their dreams come true. And that inspires me to like not just settle for like, it's good enough. This is how, I'm making it through the year. I don't want to make it through the year. I want to flourish because clearly it's possible.
Do you think that you can be friends with your exes?
No.
Do you think that...
Never have, never would.
Never have, never would. Do you think it's hard, like, the more you grow as an influencer to find friends?
No. I think you attract the right people. Like, your tribe finds you. And I feel like I've made more friends online than in person. We met online.
We did. Instagram.
And it's you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. I don't force anything.
No, you do not. You get straight to the
But
point.
I've made plenty of friends, but it has to be easy. It has to be natural. And
Yeah.
you can kind of tell that right off the, first little DM, first message. Somebody, type the way you type, laugh the way you laugh,
I love it. What would you tell your 19-year-old self? She's not quite old. Oh, easy.
Easy. You're capable of so much. Do not settle. You can do anything. Anything you want to.
That's what you would tell her?
It is, because I know that now, and there's so many things I wanted to do, and I just, there was no Instagram or internet, or I tried so many things, and I feel like I gave up so easily because I just didn't know the path. I mean, I took a year off before I went to college, and I just had a full-time job, and I tried to be a makeup artist, and I tried to be a stylist, and then I was gonna go to cosmetology school. I just didn't know how to get there. I didn't know, like, how do people become stylists? Like, who do you work for in St. Louis? Like, there's just so many things where I'm just like, oh, okay. And so then I just worked at the mall. Then I got recruited to work at Target. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make a lot of money working at Target, because if you didn't know, you can make a lot of money working at Target.
Because I gave them a lot of money. So,
I wish I knew just so many things. Even when I worked at Target, I did a lot of campus recruiting, and I would go to Howard, and it was just like, I didn't even know about HBCUs. Like, it was just so many things where I was just like, this is a whole different world. And these kids are so educated, and they're like, I feel like they're like planning their whole futures, and they're like, I'm recruiting them as interns, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this next and this. And I'm like, what the hell was I doing?
I just feel like the generation below us, and below
like they were starting businesses, and I'm just like, you are you're a sophomore in college and you have like 5 jobs and you're starting a clothing line. Oh, okay.
I was selling like candy to get by. You know, like, you want some Skittles?
So I would tell myself there's so many possibilities, and maybe like get in the right circles, like meet the right people, do better research to figure out how to make your dreams happen.
You can take 3 items. You're going to an island. 3 items to survive in an island by yourself.
3 items
for 3 months.
What the fuck? 3 items to survive for a month. For
3 months.
Is there Wi-Fi on the island?
No Wi-Fi, but we'll give you food. You can eat.
I would take a book then, because I would go stir crazy. So I would take a long book, a big book. A big book.
Big book. Okay.
Can I take Josh?
Yes. But he won't be included in the items. So you can have 3 items plus Josh. That's so sweet though. You're like, can I take Josh?
I want to be alone. A pen and paper. I would be writing then. I'd probably write my story, tell-all book.
Ooh.
I need something to occupy my time. I can't just like sit still.
Ooh, a tell-all.
So I would take a book to keep me company and a pen and paper to write down my thoughts and my experience.
So pen is separate. Wow. You're such a simple person.
You know that.
You really are a very simple person. If you've not known Janae like in person, she really is the most simple, basic person. I mean, even with all her glam and like this that you see every day, she is the most simple, even with technology. She's like, listen, I don't know all that stuff. I just know A to B, and that is it. If you were not a blogger, influencer, everything, what would you be?
I would want to be either a stylist or a creative director, now that I know what's possible. And I'm in this world. My favorite thing is putting the idea together when I do a campaign. So that's what creative direction is. Like, what is the mood? What are we gonna wear? Where are we gonna take the picture? What is the feeling? What's the vibe? And that's what a creative director does. Like for magazines or photo shoots or brands, kind of like, what is the vision and what are all the components that will bring that to life? I love that part.
Okay, so you also are an only child. You shared that with us.
Yes.
Do you wish though that you've had other siblings?
No.
Not a sister?
Not a never. Nothing.
So would your mom say that you didn't, like, were you one of the ones that said, Mommy, can you give me a sister?
Never.
Mommy, you knew that you were
I had enough friends. Yeah, I probably wanted siblings more as an adult, just like to have a bigger family because we have such a small family. But as a kid, I was spoiled, but I wasn't. Like, we didn't have much, but I knew anytime my mom gave me something, she was doing all she could. Yeah. So, like, she made it as good as it could get. Yeah. And then I had enough friends that I would go over their house and I'd be like, I'm ready to go home. I've had enough of this shit. It is a shit show over here. People are running amok. It's loud as hell. Because I was also, like a homebody still as a kid. Like, I didn't go outside and run around a ton. We moved a lot, so it wasn't like I had a bunch of neighborhood kids. So I would just sit in my room. I could play alone. Going over people's houses, like I remember, like people just having brothers and sisters, and it's just like always loud, and just kept it. I was just like, I'm ready. No, we don't need to stay 2 days. One has been enough.
What's an assumption you think people make about you?
That I am high maintenance. That I am, in high school and like school, people assumed I was just stuck up or mean because I was quiet. But it was just because I was quiet.
I'm quiet at home. I'm quiet.
Yeah. Like I'm not an outgoing person. Most people on YouTube are not outgoing though. Like I can talk to people I know and I can talk all night long to somebody I know and I'm comfortable with. But if I walked in a room, I would probably be the quietest person there. Yeah. So people would always think I was just a bitch.
So you kind of show up like Beyonce. Like she is a shy person.
But you're like, you're Beyonce, so now you're just an asshole. Not that I'm Beyonce. We're not saying that.
That's true. But mean, it's been said, like, her demeanor, even as a child, she was very, very shy and quiet. But if you
like, you turn it on when it needs to be turned on. That's like how I can light it up when it's my job or it's a task or it needs to happen. I mean, same thing, like, working at Target. I had 300 team members. Like, if I needed to talk in front of all of them, I would want to shit my pants. Yeah. But it was still my job to do it, and I still commanded their attention and, like, did what I needed to do. Same thing with my peers. Like, anytime I needed to do something, I mean, when I did campus recruiting, I would have to talk in front of, you know, a whole, like, sophomore class or a whole auditorium. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it, but I did. Okay. Do you like being surprised?
Yes.
You do? Mm-hmm. Do you like being, like, scared or like a joke or prank being pulled on? No. Like,
Hard no. I don't like pranks.
I will not inquire further then.
I've never had a prank pulled on me, but I'm scared easily, so I don't see myself enjoying that.
Oh my god!
You know, I'm anxious enough. Like, I don't see any part of that where I'm like, oh, that was a good one. No, I probably have a fucking heart attack.
I jumped out in front of Rashad once, and I thought my teeth were going to get kicked out because he was so scared.
Yeah, I scare easily, and I'm already anxious.
So that would be something that if someone's like, I gotcha, you would be mad.
No, because I don't want to be the person that, like, can't take a joke.
Okay.
But in the inside, I would be.
The inside red, outside. That's
I'd be like, you got me, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, we grew up doing that, like, all the time.
That's also like a sibling thing.
My mom and dad did it too.
Okay, well, you gotta serve.
I'm gonna talk to them about it.
I don't know. But people that like pranks usually did that with their siblings. Yeah. Or just even were like, I don't know, tough love and, like, you know, just the Joneses and stuff like that. Like, I didn't grow up with people talking shit to me. I don't enjoy it.
Shit to me. Because then they're going to say that one thing.
Like, oh, just yelling on each other. No, thank you.
I'd rather not. You want to go shopping or eat?
There's so many things we can do besides this thing.
Oh my gosh. Are you a crier? Like, do you like to get a good cry out?
I don't like it. But I do need to cry sometimes. I cried the other day. I cried yesterday, I think.
Oh.
Just from, like, just work stuff.
You were over here crying?
I mean, I like shed 2 tears. But it, like, needed to, like, I was just explaining something to Josh, and then I just, like, was teary-eyed.
Oh. That makes me sad.
But I cry, and I cry when I'm mad.
Okay.
Which is, so for me, it's, like, frustrating, because then you feel weak, even though you're like, I'm actually pissed.
Right.
I'm not actually sad.
Right.
And I cry when I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, I'm a crier, but I don't enjoy it.
Do you cry at movies?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Anything emotional. Oh, yeah. TikToks. Cried at a TikTok last night. Oh, my God. It was so sweet. It was about this, well, it reminded me of me and my mom. Because it was this mom who, like, did a Valentine's Day thing for her daughter. Her daughter's, like, I don't know, 6. But she, like, came in the living room, and there was, like, little rose petals on the floor. And there was all these little hearts hanging from the ceiling, and they, like, said stuff about her. And she was like, it's just me and her against the world. That was a caption or something. Aww. I was fucking crying, and I was reading all the comments, and I was...
Aww.
Yeah.
So here's another question. I'm sure you may get it a lot, because you're in your mid-30s, with your husband.
Child.
You already know, so let's go ahead and answer it.
For the cheap seats in the back.
For the new people who are new here, do not know your answer to this. Do you want to have children, or are you tired of the question being asked?
Or people assuming, or people telling me I'm glowing because I'm fucking fat. Like,
right, like that's from the pandemic. Thank you. Pandemic only.
I don't not want to have kids. Like, we don't know. Mm-hmm. So, like, people asking is not going to help us make a decision. Right. Or people asking when. We don't know. Mm-hmm. We just don't. We literally talked about it the other day. We were walking around the neighborhood because that's, you know, what we do on Friday nights. And we were like, what are we going to do? Like, we ask ourselves the same shit. Like, what are we doing? Right. And we're both just like, you know, Josh's answer was that there's just a lot going on in the world, and it worries him, like, having a kid and, like, just having to deal with other parents and asshole parents and you know, just other asshole kids and that stresses him out, and just not knowing like what the world's gonna be. And
so it would suck if they came out and you didn't like them. Like, what if they weren't funny?
And I don't want to have a kid or kids just because I feel like I'm supposed to. If I don't feel it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know. And we both said we always just assumed it would just happen.
Yeah.
You know, like we'd be like, oh my God, didn't come on my period, might be pregnant. And we'd be like, oh, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Great. Ooh, problem solved. But we got our system down. It's clearly not gonna happen. So we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Do you think the pandemic has made it more?
It's probably made us want them less.
Right. It's one less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, our outfits will be linked below.
Yes.
Forgot to mention that. But this shirt is back in stock on Amazon. This is from Lulu's.
I love this, like the puffer sleeves here.
Don't go on a tangent now.
I'm gonna bring it back. Another question. So, I know you just got to this house, but where do you want to live next?
Well, initially, we thought California. But 2 weekends ago, we were down on the beach in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, I went to the beach.
Well, I went to get a massage for my birthday.
Oh, yeah,
at that place.
Yeah.
And Josh and his mom kind of just drove around while I did that. And then he showed me like some houses on the beach.
Yeah.
So that might be the next spot.
Yeah.
Especially
where y'all were.
They were stunning, and for the price point, I think he looked up one that was for sale and it was like $4 million. And I feel like that house, I mean, literally, it was like oceanfront. My super modern, like just totally our vibe.
It's perfect.
And I feel like that house in LA would be like $15 million.
So all we need is $4 million. It's easy.
But I feel like you could also buy an old house for probably $800,000. You know, like you spend years fixing it up because that house was brand new and it was like decked out, like it was super modern and like they had just redid it. So probably there.
So y'all would stay here?
I don't see why not.
I love that.
She's so selfish.
I love it.
She also only showed us houses that were like 5 minutes
if I could have
in a circle around her house.
My house was here, the radius.
We didn't know. We were just driving around. I felt like we were going so far.
No, I just zigzagged, but we only literally did a circle around my house.
Once we found this place, I was like, oh my God, did you know this is right around the corner? Yes, she did.
I did. I can walk here. Hey, I have another question. This is related to marriage.
Okay.
Do you feel like you got married at a good age? Or do you wish you would have gotten married younger?
I got married at the perfect age.
The perfect?
Oh. So, well, one, because that's when I met Josh. So he was the perfect person. But there's just, I always say this, I never had a horrible relationship or like a bad relationship, but I always knew when to walk away. I would cut your ass off in a heartbeat. Like if I just know this ain't it. Yeah. There was never like a, somebody was dogging me out, somebody was even cheating on me or like just doing me wrong, but it was just like that we're not compatible or we don't want the same things or I just don't think our personalities mesh well. I think we should wrap it up. And there was never any going back. Like when I make a decision, I'm very finite in it and I'm settled in it and I've made that decision over a course of time. So it's once I say it out of my mouth, it's pretty much done. So there's no back and forth, like getting back together. No, never. So I always had, like I probably could have married any boyfriend I had and had a fine time, like an okay life. Where it was like, it would have been fine. It wouldn't have been like this is the worst shit ever. It would have been the best shit ever. Like it is now. And that's what I knew. I just knew it wasn't it. I never knew what that thing was or what was missing, but I just knew this is not, I don't feel like I'm 100% myself. I don't feel like this is the happiest I can be. And that may be a crazy thing to look for, but that's how I felt. And when I met Josh, I was like, this is just so easy. Yeah. This is how it's supposed to be. Period. Now, are you the same way with girlfriends? Like,
girlfriends or relationships you've had in the past or even in the future?
I'm probably more forgiving and flexible because I've had some not so great friendships and I've let them linger for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think women in general hold on to their like significant other relationships longer than girl friendships? Like,
definitely. And I feel like I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
So I feel like most women will cut their friend off before they cut a guy off, and I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I would cut a guy off in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up. It's over.
But it's also because I don't have, sisters or brothers. So to me, those relationships are very important.
Yeah.
So I try to do all I can to make them work.
Do you wear lashes every day? Like, is that a part of the look? Like when you
definitely.
Really? Like when you put your makeup
I'm
on?
used to, like, probably from like 18 to 25, I would not leave my house without lashes. But that's also just like when you're like, trying to find yourself, and I just found lashes and I felt like I
found lashes.
I just found lashes. And even now getting into like wearing less makeup, I do like to still have a lash. A light lash, something. Because I can wear, if I fix my hair and put on some brows and some lashes, I'm pretty good to go. Where I feel like, if I run into somebody and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're good. You don't look like you're sick or anything like that.
Yeah. I love a lash. I actually just turned down some work because they did want me to wear lashes.
What?
Yeah. Because it's just not natural to me. Like, I would never do that.
Wowzers.
They're like, you cannot wear lashes for this campaign. And I was like, I would never do that.
I would never
do that. And people that know me, people that follow me know I've never posted a picture that I don't have on lashes.
Yeah.
I would look crazy. I would look like a little... So we're just like, I have to turn this down. I cannot talk about something and be like, yeah, and I look crazy. You can look just like me if you use this product.
Going into, we're talking about a little bit about marriage and stuff.
Yes.
So going even further than that, you're in an interracial relationship.
Yes. My first one ever.
Your first one ever?
Yes, I never dated outside my race.
Wow.
I thought I was going to be with a chocolate man. That was my type. Dark chocolate. Here we are.
It's like white chocolate.
It is. Literally. Tell God what you want. We'll laugh.
No, is this
coffee chocolate too?
Oh, if there was a type, you had it.
And I got the opposite.
I know, he's so humble and like
and
just
quiet and quiet.
He's like, you was a kid.
What's the question?
Is this his first interracial relationship?
No, he always liked chocolate.
Oh, okay.
And it's also like where he grew up. He grew up in Northern Virginia, so it's a lot very diverse there.
Yeah.
So he always just went to school with like a lot of black people.
Yeah.
Like his friends were mostly black.
Oh, okay.
Or like Hispanic, like.
Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense.
Technically, he's Hispanic and white.
Technically.
Okay,
so now that you're actually in the spotlight, or even when you're not in the spotlight, have you had negativity?
Yes.
Okay. In the out in public?
Actually, again, where we used to live, which was like right outside of DC, you almost forget about it because again, it's so diverse. You see so many different types of races and races intermingling and commingling and interracial dating, and so you just don't think about it.
Yeah.
But the first time we went back to St. Louis, where I'm from, I was like, oh, this is not normal to these people.
Wow.
St. Louis is still very segregated. Like, white people live in a certain area, black people live in a certain area, go to certain schools, go to certain stores, like just certain parts of towns. Like you can go to them, but it's still like, when you go, there's probably going to be mostly white people there. Or if you go to a certain bar, there's going to be mostly black people there, or mostly white people there.
Yeah.
And people like stared at us. I was like, oh my God. And like there was literally like older white people shaking their head when we walked by.
Like y'all were walking by and people were going like this.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Janae. Now, was that the first time that happened to Josh too?
He didn't even notice it. So that's the other thing. It's like I'm hyper aware again. Or I am, and I was even more then because it was my first. So like I'm already like I know I'm not used to seeing this in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So I was hyper, like, I'm thinking everybody's judging.
Yeah.
And so then when they do, I'm like, did you see that? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you don't see shit. Yes, people have came from my whole life on YouTube.
And on Instagram, like in social media?
Not really on Instagram, because Instagram, like, you see their profile and pictures, and so it's less. But like when I first started my channel, I remember someone commenting, asking, something about being in an interracial relationship. Like, how do I deal with what's going on with the world being in an interracial relationship? Like, does my partner understand or something? It was a very, like, fair question to ask. And I welcomed that. And I answered it. So we were literally just having, like, a conversation, which was totally okay.
Yeah.
And then somebody else came and commented on that and was like, basically talking to the other person, and was like, how can you expect her to understand what we're going through or support the cause when she's dating outside her race? Like, she can't understand. Like, basically, like, I'm not even for black people now. I just might as well not even be black because I'm in an interracial relationship. And I'm just like, first of all, I'm still black. And second of all, it's not that it matters. If I only dated white men ever, it still doesn't take away from my blackness. But it was also like, I had a hard enough time being in this relationship in the beginning. So, like, don't fucking come for me. Yeah. Like, it took a long time. I went back and forth with Josh for a few months of just like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. I'm supposed to be the black person. I'm supposed to have black love. Right. I can't.
Wow.
So it's like, it already took me a long time to be okay with this. So you can go to hell.
Yeah. That is very, I think a lot of people
just assume I must have dated outside my race all the time.
It's easy to assume, you know, without and that's with anybody. You just assume because it seems so, like, if people see y'all truly even together, it seems very natural. Like, I remember saying, like, black things around Josh, forgetting that he's not even black. Yeah. Like, it's, you know.
He's just so easygoing.
He really is.
But it's also like, he's not trying to be black. He's not trying, he's just a cool ass, laid back, easygoing person. So that he can kind of, like, he can be around anybody. Yeah,
that's a fact. Okay, so then it is a fact. Okay, so then how did y'all meet?
I was
at an interracial rally.
I was his boss. We met at Target.
Did you hire him?
No, thank God. No, when I moved when I moved there to Northern Virginia from St. Louis, I worked at Target. I transferred to Target, and he was working at the store that I was working at. He's much younger than me, and he was a team member in the back room. And we
got him in the back.
I did. I was on a tour of the store, and he was back there, like, hey. And yeah, once I worked there for a while, I was like, you're really smart. Like, you should be doing more. Like, why are you just working? Anything's wrong working in the back room? But he was also young, so I was like, you know, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do in the future? Blah blah blah. And again, I liked developing talent and working with people. And I was like, you're really smart. You should become a team leader. So I prepped him for his interviews and, like, just helped him. And then he got promoted. And then he started working for me. So they put him, I didn't choose him, but they put him on my team. And then I was in a relationship, and that ended. And it was like around Christmas time. And basically all of the leaders that worked for me at the time were like, oh, you know, you're not from here. You can come to our house for Christmas. You can come to our house. And I went to his house. But literally it was just like, I think I went to two people's houses, like, that day. And we just started hanging out. And then it was like, once I kind of got the idea, like, that he kind of, you know, was feeling me, I was like, listen, this is my career. So if you want to even date, if you want this to be a thing, you have to quit. Wow. Like, you're young. Yeah. This isn't your career.
So move on.
I'm old. I mean, this is my livelihood. Like, I'm paying, like, and this is my future. Like, I thought I was going to be the next CEO of Target. So I was like, you have to quit. So he did. And then the rest is history.
That's true. Okay, so,
we need to wrap it up here.
We do?
Maybe one more. Or do you have a good one? Two more?
Yeah.
She needs to be.
I need to be like
Oprah.
Oh, I need to be Oprah. I need to meet Oprah and figure out how to do this in real life. But
she's gonna have us here all night.
We will talk. It's a school night too, so what time is it?
It's 7:30.
Oh, I better wrap it up because she's gonna fall asleep on me. I have 30 minutes and she will fall asleep.
Technically, it's 7:37. 23 minutes.
Okay, so how do you handle like trolls? And do you feel like you're getting more the more you're growing?
It's so hard, but also, again, I always try to look to people that are doing more than me and better than me to kind of see how they handle it.
Yeah.
To like kind of try to stay ahead of it because we're all people. So like my feelings get hurt just like anyone. Like if somebody walked up to you and were like, oh, you're hideous, you need to get your teeth fixed. You'd be like, oh, damn.
Right. So
people are just, and it baffles me. Trolls in general, that just baffles me. I would just never, I was taught if you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say anything.
Right.
I think a million times a day, like, oh, that's hideous, or oh, I wouldn't do that, or oh, why did they post that, or what.
Right.
I would never say anything negative. Like if I don't have anything positive to say, I just move the fuck on. So I can't really fathom why people do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, people say just rude things all the time, and it's just mind-boggling. So for me, I kind of gave myself a rule. If I respond to something negative, I have to respond to 3 positive things, because it's also just not fair. If I'm gonna take the time to respond to a troll and then not respond to 3 super nice things that somebody took their time out to say to me, that's just not okay. But I shouldn't respond at all. I'm trying to get to that point. But sometimes you're just like, I gotta get this shit off my chest.
Yeah.
But I'm really trying to just like refrain and just move on. And I know certain people that are like really big that like that kind of like has someone go through their comments before they even see the comments. Because it's also about like protecting your peace. Yeah. Like, especially because this is a job, sometimes I try to like go through certain things early in the morning. So it's like, sometimes if I'm like, oh, let me like get to my YouTube comments before I do such and such, and I wake up to something negative. Yeah. That's just not okay for like your mental health. Yeah. Like I remember rolling over and being like, okay, let me just like respond to some comments real quick. And it was like, she doesn't like black people and I'm just like, now my heart is racing. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. It's fucking 7:30 in the morning. Like that's a horrible way to start the day. Yeah. But it's also like, but I can't see the rest of the comments if I didn't see that comment. Right. So yeah, it's awful. But it's also just, I just try to take it with a grain of salt, because I also think to myself, you have to prepare yourself for the life you want. Yeah. That doesn't make it okay. But in my mind, if I want to be, as big as Jackie Aina, I can't even imagine the shit show she wakes up to. Yeah. So I just have to brace myself and, put systems in place to protect my mental health. Like, so the advice that you give, if someone wants to say something ugly, to just please keep scrolling. That's please, or just advice. Think about, if you saw me on the street, would you walk up to me and say that? Yeah. Because it's like, sometimes I'll respond to certain things, or even like someone will like DM me or like respond to a story and say they don't like something. And it's like, this is my home, or this is my hair, or this is my outfit. Like you were compelled to tell me that you hate this outfit I have on. Why? I'm still gonna wear it. Like, right. Why? And I'm just like, would you walk up to a stranger on the street and be like, I hate that outfit. It's hideous. It's so not you. Yeah. I'm sorry. Have we met? Like that's what I think. Yeah. So yes, don't. Just don't. If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything. I know some people just feel like they just have to be heard. But not if it's negative. No, I agree. Why? It's not necessary at all. Come to me, best question to end the night. Okay, here's something that I think people would like to know. The products that you recommend, the brands that you work with. Yes. Do you really like those products? Or do you tell us that you do for the money? Boom. I absolutely love and use all of the products. I don't think people know how many opportunities come to people that do this job. I probably have 5 emails today of things that I'm like, no, I would never use that. I would never do that. I would never wear that. I would never shop there. I would never I don't work with a brand unless I already like it, I wanted to try it, or I think it's something that you all would be interested in. So I try it to see if we would be interested in it, if that makes sense. Like, a good example is like Lulu's. I never shopped at Lulu's before I started working with them. I love this jumpsuit. Yeah. Like, that was an opportunity where it was like, oh, what is this brand? Let me look into it. They have some cute shit. Like, yeah, they would like, this is an affordable price point. It's good quality. But there's other brands that sell clothes, that sell all kinds of things where I'm like, that's a hell to the no. Yeah. Like, easy no. Again, like, there's a beauty brand I just said no to. Because I couldn't wear it. Yeah. I would never show up on Instagram, show up somewhere with a beat face and not have eyelashes on. I would just not do that.
I feel like I was come for again. I never wear lashes.
You don't need to. You have I'm not a hairy person by nature. Like, there's no hair on my arms. I could not shave my legs for a month and you wouldn't tell. What? I don't have hairy eyebrows like people think I do. I take meticulous amounts of time to fill them in and make them look like they're real. So again, I just don't have a lot of. So if I don't wear eyelashes, I look like a bald little eagle. My point is, everything that I share, I've thought long and hard about how it's going to benefit you, if I've used it already, how it fits into my lifestyle. And because for me, I also want to share things consistently. So if I share something, I don't want to work with a brand and they're like, oh, just wear the stuff and send it back to us. That's not what I do. I talk about cost per wear. Yeah. So like a good example is that MCM bag, the Boston bag. I was supposed to send that back and I was like, I would rather just buy it. Like if you can't afford to let me have it, I'll buy it because I need to keep showing how to wear it. That's just not how I work. So
it's good to know.
All right, that's it.
Until part 2.
Until part 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave any questions below. Let us know what your favorite part was. Check out Akita's channel. It is
Akita Man.
Akita Man. Check out her Instagram. Everything will be below. Our outfits will be linked below. What makeup are you wearing?
I am wearing NARS New Caledonia. Recommended.
Same.
By moi. I will say, I had that pre-notion that influencers just said stuff.
Are full of shit. And I tell you, she tries everything I talk about and she's like, this is everything. I'm like, I know. I wouldn't have said it if it was.
You know, last night I went to Target and got more of those Nexus packs. I was like, because she just put the video out. Now everybody's going to be at Target. I won't be able to find it. And I went to Target at 9 p.m. and picked up those little Nexus. Because I tried it. She was right.
I thought conditioning mask, they're everything.
And I have my own hair care routine. But when she said try that, I was like, it's not going to work. No, she was not lying. She was... the foundation, she was not lying. For the clothes, not lying. So I do think it is something that people who don't make money from it think that y'all are just saying stuff to make money. But
well, some people do now.
Yes, they do. But you do not.
But if you want to be in for the long run, and I want to do more than just, I mean, I love creating content, but I see a bigger picture, and that requires me to have a strong audience and people that trust me and what I share. So yeah. It's important for that. I'm not trying to make quick buck. Yeah. I'm trying to make a long buck.
Longevity here. Leave legacy.
So we'll leave everything below, all of her channel information below. I think that's everything. I hope you guys are enjoying Luxxemas. Let me know what videos you want to see next. I think that's all. Thanks for stopping by. See ya. Special shout out to Josh for helping me get the lighting and set up ready for this video before Akita arrived. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was super fun. Let me know if you want to see a part 2. Thanks so much for stopping by. See ya.